Hey members, hello. I thought I'd give it one more go. I thought, okay, I'm gonna give it one more try. Before they shut down the comments on the last membership video I made, a couple of them slipped through the net of people saying, Grace, shush, people saying don't close it down. So I thought, I'll give it one more go. I'm gonna try to make this a more regular thing and see if I can do it. One more chance. We could go soon. I've got the boys all weekend. Yeah, I've got the boys all weekend, so no, don't touch that. So I don't know how this is going to go, this little sit-down chat we're going to have now, because it's quite difficult to manage other human beings while trying to articulate your points. But what are you doing, cheekies? Right, guys, can you just let me talk to everyone for 1 second? You've got all these toys. Can you just play with them for like? Okay, so don't be annoyed. Don't be annoyed. Just play with your toys for 1 second. Right, let me just crank up my ISO a bit because I'm a bit dark. There we go. Right, okay. So basically, I didn't upload a video on our main channel this week. I didn't do that because I had a bit of a creator block. Sometimes when you're making these videos, you're trying to find a little bit of a spark of an idea. You're looking for a spark of inspiration. And sometimes it takes quite some time to find that spark. The spark, Grace, don't do that, it's really annoying. The spark came to me quite later in the week. I think I found the spark on like Wednesday. I was like, that's the idea. That's what I should be doing. But by then it was too late to kind of turn the video around. And also I've had the kids on my own for a long weekend, so I couldn't edit over the weekend. So basically, I'm not gonna make excuses, but I couldn't produce a video. So I thought I'd do a quick membership video instead. But I'll tell you what the spark of the idea was, because I think it'd be quite cool to kind of tell you a bit more about what's going on behind the scenes in these little membership videos. So this is the idea. I couldn't find the spark of an idea, and I was doing sit-ups in jiu-jitsu when it hit me, and it's really bizarre sometimes when you find this, but it can hit you anytime. You can be sitting there drinking a coffee in a cafe and it will hit you. You could be like doing sit-ups like in jiu-jitsu, it will hit you. You could be, I had one once when I was doing a little bit of running with CrossFit outside the gym. I was like, oh, that's the idea. It's really weird how it comes. Be always searching for it, even in moments that you're not even actively thinking about it, it just pops in your head. But the idea was this, quite a simple one really. Because I was struggling to find the spark of an idea all week, I was like, well, I'll make that the thing. I'll make that the idea. So I will visually represent that, my struggle with finding the spark of an idea. So I'll sit down in front of my computer and I'll have a blinking cursor, and the blinking cursor will be like the thing that I keep coming back to. And it will be an internal monologue of me trying to find, careful with that, Grace, trying to find the spark, and me trying to almost advise myself on how I should go about trying to find it. So almost telling myself what to do. Get caffeinated. Do some squats, do some push-ups, do a bit of running. Go read a book, go for a walk, go for a swim, whatever. And I'll cut all those things in the narration of me doing each of those things, and then. So that's going to be like the first opening scene, I think, of the next week's video, I'm thinking. Or it might be a standalone video, I'm not too sure yet, depends how well it works out. So the theme of it will be trying to find the spark. And trying to, not just find the spark, but trying to kind of rationalize myself and trying to kind of advise myself on how to find the spark. So it's kind of like an internal monologue video. I think it could be done. I think I could do it. I've scripted like 50% of it. And I'm quite happy with where I'm going with it, so I just need to kind of tie a nice big bow around it and finish it and then start shooting it. So yeah, that'll be it. I think sometimes the idea is just right in front of your face. You just got to grab what's there, and the idea I've never done a video about not being able to find the spark, so I thought, well, there you go, make it about that. So that's the idea, probably maybe for the next week's video or a standalone video, but I have another far more audacious idea, and this is something I've been scripting all week as well, and this took me down a deep rabbit hole. And it all started last weekend when I was reading this little book. I just picked up this book, I found it in my office. I don't know how I came about it, I don't know where it came from. It's Stories of Bath, a selective history in 11 episodes. I don't know, I must have picked it up from some bookshop at some point and forgot about it. Anyway, I picked it off my shelf and I was reading through it, and it's all like historical facts on Bath and being this little, you know, how the Romans kind of came along and converted this little kind of shanty little area of England into this beautiful Bath spa town where people would come over, all over, aristocracy would come over and bathe in the bath, in the hot waters that spring up from the ground in Bath, and people would be convinced that it would help them get pregnant, or it would cure ailments in the olden days. Anyway, quite an interesting book. But anyway, there's one part of this book, one chapter, one episode in this book, which can you grab me that car? That's breaking me. One episode in this book about this woman called Joanna Southcott, and she was from around here. She was from around here, and basically, thank you. Oh, let me turn that. Oh, thank God. She was from around here, and basically, she had all these. I'll start from the top. It was in about 1700s. She started to have these vivid dreams, and in these, don't turn it on, whatever you do. And in these vivid dreams, she would get these prophecies. Some of these prophecies would start coming true. Anyway, to cut a very long story short, I researched this woman, found out that she ended up amassing about 8,000 disciples. People believed that she had this, Grayson, give him what he wants. She had this hardwired connection to God, and started coming up with these crazy philosophies, wrote some books. It's a really interesting story, actually. Before she died, she sealed this wooden box and said it could only be opened by 24 bishops and only be opened in a time of national crisis, and when you open it, it will begin a 1,000-year reign of Christ. Anyway, the box still exists. The box has never been opened. It's a really interesting story. Nobody's told her story, other than a few books and a few blogs in here and there. No, nobody's kind of visually represented her story in any kind of, I don't know, like thought out, produced way. It's all kind of piecemeal all over the place. Nothing's really been consolidated into one story. So I want to tell Joanna Southcott's story in a video one week and make a video about this Joanna Southcott woman. But I want to do it in a very different, unique way. So I want to do it as kind of like a documentary, kind of like a music video, make it quite emotive, make it quite enigmatic, maybe use kind of contemporary dance within the video, maybe I want to get my friend, guys, Grayson, give it to him, let go, now, 5, right, you're not going to get what's in there unless you, let him play with that, you don't even want it. Anyway, so I'm going to try and tell her story. Sorry about the franticness of this, it's, I'm sure you understand. Okay, calm down, I'm just going to finish talking. Anyway, so I'm going to tell her story in a really kind of cinematic way. I'm going to do that probably in the end of April. I reckon I'll have that done. I'm going to try and rope in a friend of mine called Sam, who's a really talented videographer, get him to help me out with it. I'm going to try. I'm trying to find a really good dancer to help me out. Okay, Mister, yeah. To do some contemporary dance for it. So that's my other plan, my two plans. So the spark of an idea scene and the standalone video. Rufus, you have your own. It's over there somewhere. And the Joanna Southcott idea. They're my two ideas. That's what I'll be working on. Anyway, I'm going to try and make these a bit more regular. Sorry about trying to get all this out so fast. I'm just trying to manage the chaos. It's difficult to kind of partition your brain, because part of my brain is like being a dad and making sure nothing goes wrong. Part of my brain is trying to convey my ideas to you. It's it's not easy. It's not easy. Anyway, I'm gonna go now and try and wear these kids out so they sleep and I get some peace. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit, guys. Bye.